Hi, I'm Jubin Dana with Dana Legal Services. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how you go about hiring a patent attorney. A lot of people have ideas, they want to protect their ideas, and they're always in search of someone that can help them do it effectively. One of the things we do here at Dana Legal Services is allow our clients, as well as our potential new clients, as well as people we consult with, to ask us plenty of questions about the process and the budget. So, as you go out there and try to hire a patent attorney, I would suggest that you ask these three questions. Number one, do they do the work themselves or do they farm it out to a company in India or a third party somewhere outside the US? A lot of patent attorneys hire a third party to prepare the patent application, and quite often that third party is not in the US. That is a very, very challenging situation for the client when the expertise and the experience is in the patent attorney, and they are the ones that are just simply going to review and file the application for you. I really believe that if a patent attorney is going to do the right job for you to help you protect your revenue stream, to help you protect your patented idea, they need to be the one that does the work. They need to be the one that does the drafting, that does the thinking, that does the strategy. Now, it's one thing to come up with the outline and what's going to go in the patent and create the figures and then use an associate with a lower cost rate to draft the patent application. It's a whole nother thing to send the idea off overseas and then have them draft it and get it back to an attorney and then have the attorney review it because there's no strategy. There's no thought process put into it. Unless, of course, the attorney happens to do what? Create an outline, create some figures, create some claims, and then send that to somebody else to draft. The other risk that you run into when you send it overseas is the fact that, hey, it's going overseas. If your idea gets compromised, if something happens, it's not secure. How do you know these things can happen? It's always, always a risk. So when you're hiring a patent attorney, always number one, make sure that they are the ones that are doing the actual work. Now, whether they do all the work or whether they do the majority of the work, make sure that they're doing it within their firm with the people that work with them and not sending it overseas. The second thing you need to do when you're going to hire a patent attorney is always make sure that your patent attorney asks you these two questions. The first question is, do they ask you what is your idea? Of course, they will because they need to know and understand it and explain it to you. The next thing the patent attorney should ask you, and a lot of patent attorneys don't, is this. How are you going to make money? The patent attorney must understand what your revenue stream is in order to write claims that effectively protect your idea and your revenue stream. Recently, I had someone come to me to hire me as their attorney. They were very excited. They had a patent issued and they showed me the issued patent. I read the patent and I said to them, there is no way that you'll be able to effectively enforce this because your claims really do not protect your revenue stream. The person was very disappointed. It broke my heart to say that to them, but I had to tell them exactly their situation because while they did have an issued patent, which was exciting for them, they did not have an issued patent that protected their idea and their revenue stream. It just protected their idea. And their idea was so narrowly protected in this patent that I told them, there's nothing we can do to help you enforce this. You have to go and file, a lawsuit against someone. They're going to immediately work around your patent and say they're not infringing. And so that's the second point. The first point was that I made, make sure the patent attorney does all the work themselves. The second point was, that's right, make sure that your attorney asks you about your idea and how you're going to make money. This is the way we write revenue patents. At Dana Legal Services, we focus on revenue patents, making sure that your patents protect not just your ideas, but your revenue stream. And the third thing you need to make sure of is when the attorney is giving you estimates and costs, stay away from the fixed fee concept. The fixed fee concept for me is very dangerous. It's dangerous because the attorney is giving you an estimate as to what they're going to do, and there is no way that the attorney is going to spend more time based on their billing rate than the estimate they gave you. If the attorney's billing rate is $10 an hour and they estimated $100 to write the patent application, there's no way they're going to spend more than 10 hours on it. There's no way. Now, if they do, that's great. That's the way their model works. But if their billing rate is $10 an hour and they quote you $100, then you know that they're not going to spend any more than 10 hours on it. At Dana Legal Services, we don't quote you fixed fees. We give you our billing rate and we estimate the amount of time it's going to take to do that work. Now, you can take the hours that we estimate to you and go shop it around. Go ask other people how much they would charge you to write the same patent application that you'd come to us with and find out. And then you can do the math yourself. If I told you it takes 10 hours to do something and someone quotes you a price, then you can do 10 divided by the price and you can work out their billing rate. If the billing rate ends up being, something ridiculously high, then you know that something is not right. Or you know that they're charging you a premium, or that you can probably get the same thing done at a lower price. On the other hand, at Dana Legal Services, we quote you exactly the number of hours it takes us to do something. That way you have a clear understanding of the amount of time it takes to do the work, and then you can go shop that time around. It also gives you a cap of what we charge. So if we estimate that it's going to take us 10 hours to do something, and we do it in 8 hours, we only bill you for the time we spent. So you have a 2-hour savings. However, if you do a fixed fee scenario and we quoted you 10 hours and somebody else quoted you a price, they're going to charge you the full price, not the amount of time they actually spend doing the work. Anyway, if you have more questions about how this works, please reach out to us. And remember, number one, make sure the attorney's doing the work and they're not shipping it out of the country. Number two, make sure that the attorney is asking you about the idea and the revenue stream so that they generate for you a patent application that's intended to protect your revenue stream. And number three, make sure that the attorney that you're dealing with is telling you how much time it's going to take them to do it. That they're not just throwing a dollar amount at you and not making it clear how much time they're going to spend. Once again, I'm Jubin Dana with Dana Legal Services. Here's how you can reach us. Call us if you have questions. Call us if you want to know what it takes and how much time it takes to do your work. Take care.